Good morning and assalamu alaikum class. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and having the nice holidays. Okay, we have started in our video lesson, we have started unit number 5, that is forms of energy and energy transfer. In this unit, we have discussed about the what is energy, what are the different forms of energy, and also we have discussed in the previous lesson about how the one form of the energy is transferred to another form of energy. Then in the next lesson, we have discussed about the one form of the energy, that is light energy. Before starting the new topic, let's having a recap of the previous two lessons. Then we will start our new topic. We have discussed in the one lesson about the energy. What is energy? Energy is actually the ability to do work. Why and how we can get the energy? We can get the energy by eating our food. And why we need the energy? We need the energy to do the different work. And what about the forms of the energy? Different forms of the energy means different types of the energy. Different types of the energy, there are the many types of the energy. For example, sound, light, electricity, heat, chemical energy, mechanical energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, and many more. And we also know that these different types of the energy can be transferred from one form to another form. Okay, this is called as the transformation of the energy or the conversion of the energy. So there are the different examples. Uh, we will discuss any one example. For example, if uh, something is present on the table, for example, the book or the ball or the duster, anything which is present on the table, it means that thing is stationary and that having the potential energy in it. And when we will throw that thing on the ground, the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy when it is moving. So we can say that the stationary thing having the potential energy, and the second one moving things having the kinetic energy. This is the conversion of the energy. And then we also have discussed about the sources of the energy. There are the two sources of the energy, renewable source and the non-renewable source. Renewable source means that those sources that can be reused again. For example, the energy we are getting from the sun, the energy that we are getting from the water, flowing of water, from the wind, etc. And if the energy is not reused again, then that type of the energy is called non-renewable energy. Then in the next lesson, we have discussed about the light energy. We have discussed that it is the form of the energy that can form the different types of the reflection. There are two types of the reflection: regular reflection and irregular reflection. Regular reflection is formed on the smooth surfaces. When the light can strike on a smooth surface, then it can form the regular reflection. And if it is light can strike on the irregular surface, then it can form the irregular or the diffuse reflection. Then we have had discussed about the rainbow, how the rainbow is formed, and what are the different arrangement of the colors. A rainbow is formed after the when it rained, and it can after the reflection of the sunlight on the raindrop, it can scatter into seven different colors. Then we had discussed about the shadow. For shadow is actually the space or the area we don't have the light, which don't have light. And for the formation of the shadow, there must be the three things: the source of the light and the object, that may be the opaque or the translucent object, and the background which can make the shadow. Okay. Then we have discussed about the size and the position of the shadow. The size and the position of the shadow depend upon the source of the light. The source may be the natural or the artificial. Okay. These are the previous topics that we have done in the previous lessons. Now we will start the next topic. Our next topic is sound. What is sound? Can anybody tell me? Okay. Sound is also a type of energy. Our topic is sound. Sound is the form of energy, and sound can move in the form of the waves. Sound can move in the form of waves. Okay. Now, if when we wake up in from the morning till the night, we hear the different types of the sound. Some sounds are very loud and very high, and some sound are very soft, low sound, and we feel very good to our ears to listen that sounds. Okay. There are the difference between these two sounds. And then the main question arises when we are hearing these two sounds, how we can hear it. I will do a small activity, um, that I will play a sound, and then I will explain you how the sound can be heard by a person. Okay, I have a mobile, and I will play a ringtone from the mobile. Then I will explain how the sound will produce. So this is the sound if it is playing in the room, and some person is sitting at the one corner of the room and he is playing this music. The other person that are sitting in the different places in that room will also listen that sound. So the question arises how the sound will be heard by the other persons or the person by himself. We can say that the sound can travel in the air as well as in water. For example, I have the source. The source may be any musical instrument. Okay, it is producing some sound. So when it is producing some sound, it can move in the form of the wave. And if the person is sitting here and he or she is hearing that the sound, the musical instrument when we will play that musical instrument, the sound waves can move till the ear of the person in the form of the different waves. It can also move in the air particles as well as in the water. In the water, we can also hear the sound wave. The sound can strike the particles of the air and till the ears of the person, and the air, when it gets strike the ear of the person, it will also start vibrating. The different parts of the ear also start vibrating, and we can able to listen that sound. Okay. Now, as we don't see the sound, but we can hear the sound, and we are also saying that sound can travel in the form of the waves. And there are the two different types of the sound having making there are the many different types of the sound, and that can make the different formation of the waves. We having some sounds are very high and some sounds are very low. What I have said, the sound that are very high, that having the waves, that have small gaps between the waves, the high sound can having the waves like this, and the distance or the gap between the waves is very small. The gap between the waves is very small when there is a high sound, and when there is a low sound, the gap is very large between the waves. Low sound, it having large gaps between the waves. वेव्स के बीच में गैप बहुत ज्यादा है. We can also say that the high sound having the high pitch and the low sound having the low pitch. Okay. Now can anybody tell me कि जब हम किसी भी historical place में जाते हैं, and that historical place is having a very large building, and the room are very big in size, and that was empty. तो वहां पे जब हम आवाज निकालते हैं, तो हमारी आवाज जो है वो टकरा के हमारे पास आ जाती है. अगर कमरा छोटा है तो आवाज एक दफा टकरा के वापस आती है, और अगर कमरा बहुत बड़ा है तो हमारी आवाजें बार बार टकरा के वापस आती हैं. Both are the two different things. If our sound waves bounce back after striking the hard surface, it can form the echo. And if it is striking the very clear and the hard surface, we can listen a very clear echo. And if it is striking on the soft surface, and if the room having any soft things present inside, then that echo is not very clear, because some of the sound waves are absorbed by the objects present in the room. So we are talking about echo. Echo is what? When the sound waves can be heard for more than one times, then it is called as the echo. Echo is of two types. Sometimes the echo is very clear, when it will sometimes the echo is very clear when it will strike the hard surface, hard or the smooth surface. Smooth surface. And when it will strike to any soft surface, the echo is not clear. Okay, these are the two different types of the echoes. Now, if the sound waves can strike again and again, sound waves are produced and it will strike again and again, and we can hear that sounds and it will continue for a longer, then it is called as the reverberation. That's called. Okay. Now, there are some animals which can able to detect or produce the sound waves so that it can able to detect the distance between the object and the animal itself. वो आराम से अपने साउंड के थ्रू ये पता लगा सकते हैं कि उनका शिकार कितना उनसे दूर है या is there any object between them or not by producing the sound. And that animal is the bat and dolphin. Both of the animals having the ability to do the process of echolocation. What is echolocation? Echolocation is the process through which the animals have the ability to locate the object with the help of the sound waves. Okay, I hope you have understand the topic very well. Now we will do the homework. I will write down some question on the board. You have to write down the answers of that questions in your notebook, and you can take the help from my video lesson, and you can also take the help from the book or the internet. It's your own choice. Okay, now I am writing some questions on the board and you have to answer that questions. Okay, we have already done 9 questions of the previous lesson. Now the question number 10 is how sound travel. I already told you that the sound can travel in the form of the waves. Our next question is question number 11 is what is echo? What is echo? And you also know, I have already told you that an echo is when the sound is produced and you will listen that sound more than one time, you can hear that sound for more than once, then it is called as echo. Our next question is What is echolocation? What is echolocation? I have told you that the echolocation is when the sound waves are produced and sent out to locate the object. It is called echolocation. Okay, students, this is all from my side. I hope you will do these questions as well as the previous questions in your notebook, and you will complete your work so that I can check it when you will come. So, Allah Hafiz from my side.